The year's message board features top-profile guests. France CEO Emmanuel Macron is planned to take part, as are Japan Main Secretary Shinzo Abe, China Defect CEO Van Kishen, and Christine Lagarde, operating CEO of the World Cash Foundation. He's the largest world queue for the St. Petersburg message board, with up 2014, while Russia was hit in US and Europe economical sanctions regime above its accession of the Dark Sea Peninsula of Crimean Peninsula and supporting of a separatist fighter dispute in East Ukraine. Putin and his internal round went on to expertise future dispute in the Western above intervention in the 2016 US poll, the Kremlin's supporting for Syriac CEO Bashar al-Assad and the poison of a Ruski ex-spy and his child in the joint realm. Present, Putin is at the center of a vortex of geopolitical operation. Recent 1 week, he posted Deutsche Chancellor Angela Merkel for negotiations on the position in Ukraine and the Medium East. And on Monday, front of the St. Petersburg collection, Putin posted India's main secretary Narendra Modi. The Kremlin's communication is precise: Russia is outdoor for industry, independently of sanctions regime. This Ruski economics has 2% increase the year, the oil cost is really steady, and yes, of year we include evident difficult situation in the relation in the US, but we include large partners in Asia, large partners in the Medium East. CEO Macron and Main Secretary Abe are their newcomer the St. Petersburg Economical Message Board, so the forecasts how Russia is departure to be in isolation, include tested to be incorrect, he told. Dmitriev told how pragmatical industry dialogue could assist axle several of the large policy gaps among Russia and the Western. And how's a communication, interestingly, how resonates in which John Hunter, the U.S. envoy to Moscow, newly told. Sadly, several commentators would include you trust how any us-Russian dialogue order now is once suspicion, he told. I diverge. Time Hunter told down there were a lot of questions concerning Ruski behavior, how Americans merit answers for, he added, this reality is how dialogue represents the way striker, time reciprocal insulation will just driving us future separately. How's why I'm departure to SPIEF. Say of superior dialogue and top-profile visits at Putin's economical message board doesn't indicate Russia is out of the woods, economically talk. Russia is growing of an economical fall driven on by sanctions regime and poor world prices for petroleum, its major income miner. The Planet Banking predicts humble total national food increase for Russia of among 1.5% and 1.8% above the following 3-year. And Ruski entrepreneurs are not upbeat, especially taking into account the absence of system economical reformation. In a latter examination liberated by country inquirer Vitium, Ruski entrepreneurs told their business community were creature negatively struck by Russia's tattered economics. On to the survey, about 63% of the management team reviewed told their business's position has degraded since of the present economical position. And how, in Rotate, may explanation why Russia has been measurable in its answer to new U.S. sanctions regime. Russia's parliament has progressive law to enter countermeasures versus countries how levy sanctions regime on Russia. Putin waded in on the question recent 1 week in his meet in Merkel, signaling how such a law requirement not driving off overseas invest. It has to be balanced, it should not damage our own economics and such of our partners, who job frankly in Russia, he told. I am certainly the will be the instance.